Welcome again to MBA with Ambassador Light. Acquiring your MBA with Ambassador Light, we want to quickly discuss on real estate opportunities. The reason why we teach holistically in this place because I don't have any doubt whether you're going to make some money, you are going to make real money as far as this industry is concerned. But when you make money from the crypto, where do you put the money into? Because the reason most of the time why we make money and lose them is because we don't transfer those money from cash and put it on something. All right, at that level, definitely you will suffer what others are suffering. And I don't want that to be your testimony that you made some good money and 1 year after there's nothing to show for it. So you just live like one Yahoo boy, Yahoo girl. So we don't want that. This is real business and we need to understand something. And there are a few things I've learned from my financial mentor, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, concerning real estate tips. So I felt that, okay, these are summations of what I've learned. Let me also share with us. Are we together? Yeah. And he taught me that the city today was once a village yesterday. You know that? I heard from Pastor Martha Shimolowo when they were selling a plot of land in Allen Venue for 500 naira. They were selling at Okbebi for 300 naira. Okbebi was like a bush there, like a Bejuleki kind of. All right, nobody was interested in Okbebi. But that's in Okbebi today. I don't think you will get a landed property there, a plot for anything less than 200 million. I don't think so. Except they have. I'm not aware of that. Okay, why are we passionate about real estate? I also learned from Pastor Martha Shimolowo that real estate is the only estate that is real. Okay, you see the up and down in crypto markets, the forex market, and all of that. But in real estate, at least in the Nigeria space, there's no up and down for now. All right, there's no up and down for now. There are countries that are well developed in real estate where they have some issues on that. But for now, our real estate is still very bubbly and all of that. So if you don't have investment in real estate, you're actually doing yourself a great harm. Are we together? Especially if you live in Lagos. Now, one of the things I want to look at is real estate hedges against inflation. It hedges what? Against what? Inflation. This is one way of conquering inflation without much struggle. Having understanding of this will help you not to get yourself swallowed up in cash banking. Rather, you face what they call what? Land banking. Because real estate hedges against inflation. Whatever is the property you probably have acquired 3 years ago for 10 million naira, I am very sure if you want to offload it right now, you cannot sell it less than 20 million, depending the location where you have that property. If you have the property in some places that is really selling high, the way Ireland is being really promoted at the moment, I can tell you, you probably sell it at double price that you bought it, or maybe times 3. Are we together? So it hedges a what? Against inflation. So don't be like those people who believe so much, oh, I have 10 million naira in my account. The following day that your money is losing value almost per second billion, especially if it's a naira account. Are we together? So don't joke with that. Now another one that I want to quickly look at is that real estate increase in value without the effort of the owner. You see, this is one of the reasons why you should invest in real estate. It increases what? In value without the effort of the owner. That owner's efforts. The reason your property you have probably bought at Ikeja or the island has increased has nothing to do with you. Are we together? It has nothing to do with you really. It has everything to do with the development that's taking place around your property. Okay? So whether you cultivate it or not, it will still go up in value. So that's what I said. It increases in value without what? Your inputs. Now, Why am I against cash banking? Because land banking is the best. Now, there's a slogan in the real estate. You don't wait to buy land, you buy land and wait. Please write it down, because it's one thing, the reason why many of you don't own even a plot of property today is because you didn't understand this particular statement I just made now. All right, you don't wait to buy land, you buy land and wait. That is the principle of land ownership in real estate as far as anywhere in the world. So, oh, I'm waiting, I'm going to buy land because you want to buy 6 acres, you want to buy 1 acre. No, 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 no. You don't wait to buy land, you buy land and wait. Everyone. There was a time Pastor Mata Shumolo was bringing books. In fact, he owned a bookshop on Allen here called Just Bible. They call it Just Bibles. So if you were a good Christian, you would have known those places. If you never know that bookshop, it shows you are not a Christian who was reading. Some of us who were very voracious in reading, there's almost no bookshop we didn't know, whether from mainland to the island. All right, whether it's Ife, whether it's Wisdom Bookshop, whether it's Just Bibles, you just know them. Now, at that time, there's a time also where the government had put up a policy where they couldn't just move so much money out of Nigeria. So, of course, the books they brought from London to sell here, so you couldn't even put the money back so that we can bring more books. So, what to do with the money with somebody who has an investment understanding? He took the money to Imowe area and bought acres of landed property. And I think he lost 30 acres of that land to Omoniles, who resold part of the land. And of course, he won the case, and he got, that's just another matter. They were to demolish 180 buildings that people have already built in those land property. You know, this one will not trend among bloggers because he's a pastor and his love for humanity. Even though he has won the case, he has the right to demolish all of them. He couldn't see himself demolishing 180 structures, which was not basically the fault of the builders. It was the fault of the Monile who kind of encroached into his land and sold that part of the land. So he allowed it to just go away. But that's not what I'm driving it to. What I'm driving it to, he bought those land at a very, very cheap money that time, about 200,000 dollars. At the time he was selling the plot for like 10 million. A land that was bought like 200,000 and all of that. So in real estate, you don't wait to buy land. You buy land what? And wait. You have to understand that principle. Another place I'm aware of is VGC, Victoria Garden City. When they started selling those land, it used to be a farmland and construction land. They started selling those places 30 years. This year will make it 30 years that VGC was founded. All right. Then they were selling according to like 5 million. I heard today you can't buy any land less than 200 million for a plot. So imagine if you were the one that owned just acre 30 years ago. I love that laughter. So now the mistake you are making, you say, I've already lost out on those places. No. I was taught by Lumide man that a city today was a village was yesterday. And he also taught me that anywhere you can drive to 30 minutes from the main town to the place, say go and start buying properties there. You see the way it works now. You now say you must own land at Ikeja. When you even hear some of us own land, the far place, like, who is going there? Oh, really? Your eye will soon clear. You might just end up not owning even a property just because you want to buy at the center. You want to buy to impress people. You are not really in business. Are you getting that? Yeah. You just want to buy to impress people. Where I own property at Akute area, along the roads, a plot that I bought for over 40 million, when they tell you the price now, you've just been wondering. This same place, yes. And that's a place that before there was no road, finally they are building the road. Imagine when they are done with the road, that means one plot will be minimum maybe 100 million. And when you hear the name, Kute, who is good there? Don't worry. You don't wait to buy land, you buy land and wait. You have to understand that principle. Otherwise, you will never own a plot of land. because you want to buy in the city and you know you don't have the money to buy in the city. You know that one. Now there is a spiritual dimension to land. See now, all of you that hate religion, and I will teach you that one. Spiritual dimension to land. What you don't know is that the owners of a location to large extent determine the faith that is practiced in that place. That is why it's dangerous for you not to own a land. Because if you don't own the land, you don't have a voice. You are not part of that place. Some of you, where you live, in the estate you live, you know you don't attend the estate meeting. You know why you don't attend? You are a tenant. You know, once you own the property there, you know, suddenly, somehow, you are more interested in what they are doing there. Because you are not part of the place. Eh? You are not the chairman. Congratulations, CDA chairman. See now, because he has the property there. If he was just a tenant, I beg you, I'm going for one meeting. Because to your mind, you know you are leaving that estate any moment from now. You don't give it then, really. If you were born in Pakistan, you probably be a Muslim. Owners of location. So there's a spiritual dimension to it. So let nobody, the reason why even the church is threatening everybody that when the church was broke, they were laughing at us. Poor as church right. It became a slogan. Now the church is wealthy. It's like they are stealing. You see, the fear is not just the anointing. The fear is the resources. I hope you understand that. The wealth threatens them. So you have to do everything to own a land. Very, very important. Be aggressive about land acquisition. Don't joke with it. Then you must learn how to repurpose your property in case you have one. In case you have one. Now, I am doing that right now on that. Change the purpose of your property. That's just a repurpose. In case you have a repurposing of your property. I have a property of 10 flats that gives me less than 5 million in a year. What a waste. Imagine waiting for 10, how many years to get 50 million from that kind of property? Yet it's 10 flats in a very open place, not in the bush. So I've given 3 tenants quick notice. They're leaving this October, November. What do I plan to do? To turn the 10 flats to what? Apartments, shortlets. I'm changing the purpose of the building to that. Now, from my calculation, even if I decided to rent it out for 30,000 each of the flats every night, I will still make over 80 million a year instead of 5 million. Can you see the gap? Oh, utility, all of them. Okay, remove all the logistics. At least I'll still have like 50 million. Change the purpose of your property that you have right now. Okay? So, because that is the reason the average person in Nigeria owns the building. Who enjoys the building is the children. Most times the children's children, not the person. While you are still alive, you are supposed to enjoy your property and the profit and everything that's coming with it. Are we together? Yes. Okay, so please do not build for your children to enjoy. Build for you to enjoy first. Then you can leave it for your children. In fact, according to scripture, it's even for your children, not even for your children. Because your children would have been well taught how the business is done. They would have become multi-millionaire while you are still alive. And they won't even need your rickety house. Are you getting that? Because by the time their own time comes, they will be building some dangerous shape kind of looking houses that your own will look like, well, who is going there? They will just sell it and use the money to develop another property. You see that? So put up your property in a position where you enjoy it while you are alive before you let go. Are we getting it up? Then, of course, JV is another very important one. How many of us know JV? What is JV? See now, because people don't do property, it's called joint venture. What is joint venture? It's very simple. I think I should put this in together. Okay, maybe I still have a lot. Joint venture simply means that Let's say any one of us has a landed property. In this Ikeja, for example, Ikeja is already overdeveloped. You know that. So it's difficult to find a landed property. But there are landed properties. Now, most of the time, the people that own those landed properties don't have the money at the moment. They are not liquid. You are liquid as a developer. You can meet with, oh, Mr. Monday, I notice you own this land and maybe do one small bungalow. You might even be in Canada while the land is here and it's not bringing any good money. You just put one aboki there or put mechanic inside just to protect the property. Now, if you have somebody like me, I can come to you and say, okay, this landed property, we can actually put 4 duplexes inside the landed property. I don't need to buy the land from you. We can do JV, come together, but I will use my money to build the 4 duplexes. All right, 2 to you, 2 for me. So, and I can decide to sell my 2. You can decide to sell 1 and leave it 1 out of your 2. Selling 1 would have covered the money that landed property would have been equated to. Probably your landed property was worth 100 million. By the time we finish those duplexes, just 1 duplex sold will cost 1 million. We take care of the landed property. So at the end of the day, you are not losing. You still have a property. You have the one you have sold. You now have cash. You now have a good building. So the other 2, me that brought the money, can also sell and make my profit with 200 million or whatever it is. That's what they call what? Joint venture. So don't always be thinking I must buy land in GRA. Just make sure you have the cash, look for who owns land, and do this thing with it. With all everything documented, matter of few months is done. Most of the time when you are building, there are people that come in to buy. Their money, you will even use it to finish the buildings. So once you start the building, you start advertising. Some people would have come, it's 100 million, can drop 50 million. How many months will you build? You agree the months, so months. And when you have money, what is the building waiting for? In 6 months, building is already up, everything is done. All right. So the next one is collaboration. This is what I call the fractional ownership. I actually put it together with what I just explained. The joint venture with collaboration. Please just put it together. There's no need. See the same thing, just only there are different dimensions to it. Or you call it what? Fractional ownership. That's another one you can call it. Fractional ownership. Everybody owns a bit, and we're all happy at the end of the day. So I want to write this thing down. It's better to own 10% of a billion naira than to own 100% of 1,000. It's better to own 10% of a billion rather to own 100% of 1,000, because that is the reason we don't really collaborate or we don't partner in this part of the world, because most of the people we want to partner with, we don't trust them. They can even run away with our money and all of that. So because of that, we own not our property. We don't want to share with anyone. At the end of the day, you are still at the same level of wealth that you are controlling. Probably you are still just in your thousands. Okay, so own 10% of $1 billion business is better than the 100% of just a once secondary 10 million naira. You see the difference now. This one is not really a very sweet one. This last one we want to do now, but it's real. Woo. How many of us know that there is there's a rumor, I've not seen it on TV, but I've heard the rumor that in Lagos State, you can no longer bury your father in his compound. Are you aware? Because those houses are always problem selling them. Those people like to build the burial ground just in the veranda. For even a buyer to buy, no problem. For people to rent, no problem. Because we have a mindset to dead things, dead body. But one of the finest business you can do in our nation is cemetery business. Very grand. Charlie will look at it, will not go die. Hey, you go until one day. Until cool. And the way they said them, vote. Like this, small thing. Eh? Eh? God bless you. It's even least, God bless you. When is there removing nonsense and put another person there? You see, me and you were aware of this, but the thinking, cemetery, how? Yes, it's one of the biggest business right now. Especially now it has become a law not to. And you know, rich people, those who have cemetery in Koi, how much they pay? Eh? Eh? Okay. Okay. To bury somebody, they pay 12,000 pounds in UK. Okay, bam. So let's even look at Lagos that we are in. So there are some landed property now you can buy in Ato. Inside. Eh? Turn out to Berigan. Get all the documentation from government. Leave am. Because you know development might not reach there in 30 years. But you'll be cashing out right now. The body not be foul. They're not the transfer for anywhere. People must pay. That is another real estate what? Opportunity. It's not too sweet, Abi. The money there inside because human beings go die. No need to be afraid of them. And somebody must provide a place for comfort. The day my church declared a parcel of their land as cemetery, that was the day my brain correct. This church I believe so much in faith. So they know that everybody is not at the same level of faith. Somebody must die. And many of them don't have money to pay for a Ikoyi cemetery. At least they can pay for part of Canaan Last Cemetery, which is a bit cheaper. But just imagine how much is still coming from there. If I tell people that some churches that in Nigeria, it's not your offering and tithe. Don't let those things get you crazy on the internet. You know where you know that not a lot of people are paying tithe the way that they make noise about on the online. Any church where they say those who want to pay tithe to come out, how many they come out? The 8% of the crowd. That's where you know this tithe is not as serious the way that they talk. And they're collecting poor people tithe and offering. Churches have developed different style of making money many years ago. Are you with me? Where I worship, the only communion they take, which they take compulsorily, they produce it. The wine, they produce it themselves. And they must take it every Wednesday. They must take it once in a month on Sunday morning. That means before you produce, the market is there. The bread that is sold in that land is produced there. The water is there. The yogurt is there. Well, how much is the offer? So when they say church will open factories, what are these ones? Are these all factories? Are they not human beings? They work there. You know, so please don't be too religious that you miss out on real businesses around the world. There is money everywhere. So while you are making money in your crypto, don't forget to put this now. Please write this statement down. Okay, sorry. I think I've already told that statement. You can own 10% of $1 billion rather than what? Only 100% of 1,000. Thank you so much. And we see you next week. We really overshoot our time. So I'm sorry. We would never close at this time again. God bless you. So Dr. Prosper, thanks so much for that intro. That was really, you really spoke like somebody who knows what he's talking about, all the terminologies and all of that. So please, 10:30 next Saturday, it starts.